Hey, hey, good morning, guys. How is everybody? Everybody who came. I gotta get these out there. So they did take down Wednesday's stream, so that's gone. But I did do one in case, you weren't here or you didn't know or whatever. Yeah, I did one on Karen Reed, but it is gone. Hey, Potato. Oh, you did get the notification. Fantastic. Great. Yeah, if you did get the notification, guys, let me know. This way I start knowing, like, who's getting them. I'm going to guess that people who that show up mostly are going to be the ones that start getting them. Okay, well, it's all right. Nice, small, cozy group. We can talk. It's great. I love it. So I did start watching. There's a different topic for today, but I do want to jump into the Karen Reed for a bit because I started watching the 5-part documentary on my Max. And Lisa, are you following this case at all? For some reason, I just think of Lisa as somebody who would, like, know what the hell's going on. I don't know. But it was you guys, like, whoever it was in the chat that got me into looking into Karen Reed. And then I had a friend. I didn't watch it, but I heard it, through someone, I need to watch it. I don't think I didn't get that far yet. But I would like to, hear, like, see it, because it sounds like, whoa. It sounds like a courtroom drama. It literally sounds like a TV show or something, So, wow, I just can't believe it. Let's just hope more people show up and, don't miss anything. Yeah, screw it. Miss it, who cares? Okay, so I don't know everything. I don't know the whole story. I do know that my friend in real life, he has watched all 5 parts that he was into, and he thinks that she's guilty. The little bit of that I know, I feel she's probably innocent. I don't know if I'm the only one. I don't know if it's because I don't know. Well, I know there was someone in here on Wednesday that definitely thought that she was innocent, that she set up, and I could definitely see the setup. Like, I could just see exactly how it took place, But, and the text about how long does it take for a body to pass away laying in the snow, that was too much. And that was Jennifer McCabe who Googled that. And then she's the, in case somebody doesn't know, she's the wife or the female or whatever, living girlfriend, whoever she was, of that house on Fairview where they were partying. I think something happened in that house and they dumped him out there. Hey, Anonymous Patriot, good morning. And I really do think that. And sometimes it's like, well, they're the police, you know? It's like one time many years ago, I will never forget this. A policeman said to me, he was going to do something. And I said, I didn't do blah, 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 so you can't, you know? And he says, my anything that I write down with my pen is believed. So if my pen says you did such and such, you did it. And I was like so disgusted from that moment on. Like it just, wow, you know, and you really know, I mean, that was on a way lower level than something like this, second degree murder, you know? So, I don't know. So I'm going to keep on, like, you know, checking this out, watching this and try to keep up and see what happens. But I just know that feeling of waiting for having this trial over your head after you just had another one over your head is crazy. And let's not forget, she lost someone she loved too. So if she is innocent, that's another thing that she loses, you know? Terrible. It's just a terrible story. And I had never heard of this story until you guys. So, all right. Anyway, so I thought today, being Friday, we'd have a little bit of a laugh before the weekend. I'm drinking iced tea this morning. It's just, my whole day is off, okay? I had some whey protein literally in my coffee this morning, all blended with the thing. That was my breakfast, even though supposedly it's not a meal replacement. It is for me. So, you too? You think she's innocent too, potato? Potato, potato. Yeah, it's... What? What? Oh, in my coffee? Yeah. Hey, it was flavored coffee and flavored protein. I don't know. I just can't do the water. I don't know why. It just bothers me, the thought of the water. But I don't do like cow's milk. If I'm gonna do milk, I do almond when I like used to eat cereal, which I don't anymore because it's too many carbs. You know, it bothers me, guys. I have to throw this out there. You know, I bust my ass, you know, watching every little morsel that goes in my body. I work out every day, and all of a sudden, just like out of nowhere, instead of staying stagnant, I mean, even stagnant I can almost deal with, but going up from nothing, it's like, where did you even come from? You know? I'm sorry for complaining about I don't know what the hell it is, but it's like, are you kidding me? That's why, like, people tell me, don't go on the scale. Go buy the clothes, because I just got some clothes, and they're 2 sizes smaller than I was in, you know, not that long ago. But I'm still complaining because the scale is saying something, you know? And it's like, maybe I should just have the scales removed. My man said he was going to just remove them from the house, you know, so that I can't do this to myself. But, okay, anyway, moving right along from Jill's patheticness. All right. So, today let's have our laughs. So, I don't know what decades y'all grew up in or what you were born in. listen to Potatoes, and what I should be doing. Convert it to metric system, Jill, so you're confused what the numbers mean. That's your answer? Well, thank you, Potato. And this, yeah, I don't, this so-called fat Gen X bitches, yes, that's me. Gen X bitches. Potato said she's gonna be a fat ass and eat a waffle from the hotel. She's so tiny, guys. If you only knew, God. Eat 10 waffles, okay? Please. You evil telling me that too. She's evil. She's evil. What can I say? All right. So I don't know what decade you grew up in, but a lot of stuff from the 70s carries over into the 80s. Oh, tell me, right, Gregory? They were the ultimate. 90s was, to me, the best. The best. Okay? But for this one, oops, I'm sorry, I had to fix something. For this one, it's the 70s going into 80s. And I can remember some of this stuff from when I was really little. Did I use it? No. Do I remember it? Some of the stuff? Yes. Like from a parent, from a cousin, from whatever. But I do remember some of this stuff. So we're going to check some of it out, all right? And some things I say, why was this even invented? Who thought of this? It just looks painful, that kind of thing. Okay. Yes, 90s, they rocked. The music rocked, the clothes rocked, the makeup rocked, everything rocked in the 90s. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, let's see. Oh my God, this is from the Nair shit.
Nair with baby oil.
The late 1970s, a time of big hair, bold fashion, and hilariously unfiltered ads. We strutted through life spraying on macho musk and kissing on Yardley lip licks without a second thought. It was a wild, no-rules era of bizarre ads and over-the-top beauty products where we leaped right over the edge of good taste. Ridiculous? Absolutely. Unforgettable? You bet. So tease that hair a little higher, and let's dive into the iconic products and ads that defined the late 70s. Number 1. Kissing Potion and Forbidden Fruits. Maybelline's Double Trouble.
Hello, fresh face.
That's you with a little help from Maybelline. Fresh and lovely Kissing Potion.
I never heard of
Kissing
that.
Potion. Maybelline's sticky, sweet weapon of mass flirtation.
Sticky.
I remember watching the girls roll it on, thinking they were the hottest thing since Farrah Fawcett. Maybelline made it sound like they were collecting boyfriends like baseball cards. Promise Roger your strawberry kisses. There are plenty of flavors left for Richie, Fred, David, Bob. That's a lot of boyfriends. And probably a mouthful of sugar.
Oh my God, you don't know what I thought he was going to say. Come on, you guys know. And probably a mouthful of, I was like, I was about to hit the pause and then I heard sugar. I was like, oh, thank God. They always do those. Do you guys remember those Baileys, around Christmas, the Baileys liquor commercials? And they'd have the girl, drunk as can be. And she's sticking her tongue down every guy who's at the pool table's mouth. You guys know this commercial. Everybody has seen it. It was out every Christmas. And I remember thinking, then it would say, Bailey's, drink responsible. And like, what? Drink responsible? What are you talking about? Because they would, I mean, it's it was disgusting. It really was. It made it out like women couldn't handle their liquor and they were easy. Ply them with this and you'll be good to go. It was just disgusting, I thought. But let's go.
The real kicker? I couldn't tell if they were into me or just trying to pry their hair off their own lips, but that was just round one. Maybelline doubled down with forbidden fruits. A whole other range of lip glosses named after
these?
Cherry Sin and Peach Passion. It was like they wanted every girl to feel like Eve in the Garden of Eden,
Oh, good
daring
Lord.
you to take a bite. And just when you thought they couldn't be any more obvious, the girls were walking around in "I'm not as innocent as I seem" t-shirts.
Oh, God.
Yeah, real subtle Maybelline.
I
Number 2,
remember
Carnation
those,
Instant Breakfast,
with
the breakfast of
rolling
champions.
Lip glosses. I kind of remember.
As much nutrition as in this bacon and egg breakfast.
Carnation Instant Breakfast.
You mean the
Breakfast
fat?
insurance.
A body couldn't ask for anything more, claimed Carnation Instant Breakfast. Really? Nothing more? Not even some toast? Looking back, it's hilarious that we thought this powdered drink could replace an actual meal. I tried it once, and it was like drinking a chocolate-flavored cloud of chalk dust. Yet we were convinced it was the secret to peak athletic performance, or at least getting to first period on time.
I always thought that stuff
Number
was
3,
gross.
Clairol, 6 ways to turn her on.
Girl is in your bed.
Turns out Clairol wasn't just about hair dye.
Oh,
They were going
Clairol.
all in on electric beauty gadgets. The ad wasn't subtle,
Well, now,
but nothing in the
I don't
70s
even
was.
think of them as
It
hair
promised
dye.
that with
I
the
think
right
of them
tool, a
as
girl could
hair
go from
tools.
sweet to sizzling in no time. Clairol sold the fantasy and we bought it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, if they have, guys, a professional hairdresser on deck, because let's all be honest, the hairstyles that they went with, the feathered hair, look, that whole shebang, it never worked out right, did it? You know what I'm saying? Well, I never did it. I was way too young to be running around with that look. Oh my God, who remembers this? I was like very young, but I do know it. Sticky stuff. The sticky stuff hairspray. Oh, Lisa, where are you? The sticky stuff hairspray. Oh my God, if you sprayed that wrong or it didn't go right, you were screwed. You were screwed. Toast is so underrated. I love toast. Do you? I mean, I don't hate toast. I like dry toast. Like, I don't know, if I was asked what toast would you like with that? And most of the time I wouldn't even eat it. But now I just won't eat it because I'm trying to stay away from bread. I'm such a winner. Jesus. Okay. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. That's my new song. I like sourdough. Yeah. And honey butter. Those are good. Potato. If I was as tiny as you, okay? Yes. Anonymous Patriot. My mom had the Farrah Fawcett hair. That's the thing. If you look on my thumbnail, Farrah Fawcett's on it because she was iconic for this decade. Iconic. Beautiful. Her hair, not a hair out of place. I mean, really, with that, I think I had a cousin, I think. And she was about 7 years older than me. Okay, so when you're growing up, that's a very big gap. Like, I had a cousin on the other side of my family that was 7 years younger than me. The girl had a full ride scholarship to Stanford. Full ride. And just like many grown children or growing up children of addicts or alcoholics. Hi, Bali. What? I hear this hair, that scene. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Anyway, so, what was I saying? So my cousin, she got her full rise, and she didn't go because she felt the need to stay home and take care of her mother, because her mother was a using addict, right? So my thing is, it was crazy because her mother then passed. No, excuse me, her brother, then her mother, then her other brother. She should have just went to Stanford and got away from that stuff, the whole mess. It was just a sad, sad thing. It's like almost unbelievable, you know? But yeah, she was smart enough to get a full ride, and instead she was working in a Wallbaum's supermarket, in case you don't know. Okay. All right. Oh, where was I going to say? Where was she? Anonymous. My mom was a beauty queen, laugh out loud. Perfect hair and makeup. Ugh, those people, right? Okay, let's go. But oh yeah, but my older cousin, she used to do the feathered hair. So did like my neighbor. Oh God, I couldn't stand it. My mom was a narcissist, so I'm sorry to hear that. No, seriously, I really am. That sucks. It does. It really does suck. You're beautiful, not just outside, but coming to know you for these months. No matter what fool I made of myself, no matter what I did, you always stood by me since you've been here, and you know, you've been a pretty damn good person to have on here, and I enjoy knowing you. So that's her loss, Anonymous. That's her loss. Oh, yes, the other day, if you guys were here, and I don't remember, maybe, what's his name? My Gregory Schmeggery. Were you here when talking about, we were talking about Hilary Swank, and someone said $1 Million Baby, and then somebody said about, I haven't seen that in years, right? Like years. And someone said that there was like an assisted suicide. Hey, Monica, how are you? Who was it that he did that to help do that? Was it her? No, wait, don't tell me. I gotta find the movie and watch it again. Okay, moving along. We love you, though, Anonymous. You're the best. Okay, and so's Potato and everybody else. Monica, did you make sure you tell AJ I said hello. Hello. Okay, let's go. You know what? Let me speed this up a tiny bit because... Let's go.
It was playful, over the top, and hilariously unfiltered. Looking back, it's no wonder we were so fascinated by electric beauty gadgets. The innuendo was obvious, but hey, it was the 70s.
I thought
Take a quick pause and click on this awesome button called subscribe so we can stay connected. It will also encourage me to share many more 70s treasures like the one you're watching right now. Thanks. Number 4, Macho Musk Oil. Smell like a man.
Now, this
Forget
I
Axe
never
body
heard.
spray.
Hey,
Back
Gregory,
in the 70s, you needed Macho Musk Oil to be truly manly. Macho Musk is mucho macho, the ad proclaimed, leaving nothing to the imagination. This stuff was bottled testosterone. It was like slapping on bravado with a splash of BO. Every guy in my high school wore it, and every locker room smelled like a musk factory explosion.
Ooh, I like
but
that
hey, it was
there.
either that or Brute. Pick your
Brute.
poison.
Okay,
Number
I'm
5,
gonna go with
Baby
Brute.
Soft.
Oh, she's
because
cute.
innocence is sexier than you think.
So love made Baby Soft.
Okay. I'm sorry, but this is actual S, if you get my drift. Tell me it's not. Tell me if they put this on TV today, you wouldn't be like, what in the hell? Hillary's character asked her boxer trainer to assist. Oh, so it was. I didn't know, like, she got hurt that bad, or... Oh, God. I know I've seen that, but I just don't remember that part. I mean, it's been years, but I do remember bawling my eyes out. That I won't forget. I'm one of those fools that... If somebody else is around, I'm like, please don't laugh as I'm... And it's only a movie, you know. You can't help it. You can't help it. Tell me, though, if they put this on TV today, you wouldn't be like, what in the hell? You're crazy, Monica. Okay, let's go.
The innocent scent of a cuddly, clean baby.
Loves Baby Soft.
I remember,
it was the signature scent of
I
every girl
remember
in
from
junior
the
high,
very
lingering
early
like a
80s
powdery
when
cloud.
I was
But that
when I was
tagline,
little.
because innocence is
It
sexier
was
than you
around
think,
for years.
even back then felt a little off. Who thought marketing perfume with a sexy innocence vibe was a good idea?
That's right,
It was like they were
Potato.
trying to
Who
bottle
wants to
Lolita.
smell like they're sweating?
Jacket. I dated a girl who practically bathed in this stuff. Her jacket smelled like baby powder for days.
Oh my God,
it
I
worked.
so
Every guy
remember
was
this.
hooked. But looking back, the
That
marketing was
80s
downright
more,
creepy.
in a
We were too
way,
busy
or
falling in
both.
love to notice, but man, that was messed up.
They were falling in
Number 6,
love.
Gala. Lip pen. Drawing attention. One lip at a time. What minis did for legs, Gala lip pen does for mouths.
What?
I remember seeing this ad and being genuinely confused. Apparently, a lipstick in the shape of a pen was supposed to be revolutionary.
It was?
It was marketed as chic and flirtatious, but honestly, it just looked like you were
Max
coloring your lips with a
Factor,
Crayola marker.
They were it.
But hey, subtlety wasn't exactly the 70s strong suit. Number
It
7,
is. I still
celebrate
have
summer
some
with a Playboy
God,
Club
I
key.
love it, Potato.
Because romance? Want to celebrate summer with your sweetheart? According to this ad, the best way to do that was by getting a Playboy Club key. The ad showed couples having a blast at the club, surrounded by, you guessed it, Playboy bunnies. Sure, nothing says romance like hanging out in Hugh Hefner's playground. Some things are better left in the past. Number 8, cricketer suits. Flexibility meets formal wear.
Cricketer.
Anything you can do out of a suit, you can do in a suit.
What is he doing?
This ad featured a guy in a suit contorting himself like a circus acrobat.
God.
Who was this for? Bankers moonlighting as yoga instructors?
Oh,
The message was
God.
clear. No matter how weird your
God,
day
look at
got,
this outfit.
Cricketer had you covered. I remember seeing this ad and wondering if the guy was stuck like that or if the suit came with a can opener. Either way, nobody was bending like that at the office. Number 9, cuddle up to your dream date.
Nobody was contorting like that at the office. I don't know why. I thought that was so funny for some reason. It's so ridiculous. What advertising firm were they using? The one that Darren from Bewitched worked at. Okay. Oh, you leaving us, Monica? Oh, I will read the DM. Don't worry. And don't get in any trouble for the love of everything. Please. Okay. So, Potato here said, I don't like sweaty man smell. And that is a musky smell. I don't really care for, like, a musk. But, like, when she said we get the Chanel No. 5, right? There are some people that still like Chanel No. 5. There are some people that don't like it because it reminds them of their grandmother. I want you all to remember that your grandmothers were once young and beautiful and sexy, and I know you don't want to think about that now, but they were, you know? So, and I still say, I did like this thing once on Marilyn Monroe, on another thing. Everything's a thing, a whatchamacallit. But she was in my opinion, the most iconic and the best and the first influencer of all time. When did she say this? I think it was like 53, 52, I can't remember, but the perfume Chanel No. 5 was made in, what was it, 1921, if I'm correct? And like 30 plus years later, she mentions it in a magazine that all she does is wear Chanel No. 5 to bed. That's it. And they couldn't keep it on the shelves for years, guys. And I have a bottle of Chanel No. 5. My favorite is Mademoiselle. I love Mademoiselle. And by the way, just a little tidbit. If you guys want like some of these more expensive scents, but you don't want to really pay for them because you don't love them that much, you have like your staples, and then, you know, I know what you mean, Anonymous. I just don't like it either. They've got these. I was grocery shopping, and this woman, she came past me, and oh God, she smelled so good. And I'm like, Miss, I'm like, is that you? You smell so lovely. And she's like, yeah, she told me it was Daisy. But then she came back and admitted that it wasn't actually Daisy. It was an imitation, right? I forget if they're called like impressions or something like that. I forget. But she told me that she got it at Walgreens. And they were, you know, somewhere, and they had a bunch. So I actually just bumped into them at CVS. And I mean, she told me she sprayed it over an hour ago, and it was really still going real strong. So, and they were about $11 because I saw them at a CVS. And wouldn't you believe, of all of them, the Daisy was gone. So I'm going to pick that up one day, and I will let you guys know how it is, because, you know. Another good one is the Philosophies. I can't think of what that name is for the original Philosophy one. Amazing Grace. That's a really pretty one, too. For not, you know, $1 million. But it's still not like the cheapest. And I mean, they have cheaper. There's always Baby Soft, guys. And yes, I did have it in the 80s when I was a little kid. And don't forget Debbie Gibson's Electric Youth. All right.
The portrait
I'll spare
pillow.
you the rest.
Feeling lonely? No problem. Just get a pillow emblazoned with your crush's face. That's right, a pillow with a face on it. These ads promised you could cuddle up to your dream date whenever you wanted.
Girl.
Let's be honest. Anyone who bought one of these definitely kept it hidden when guests came over. And if you ever found one under a friend's bed, well, you just pretended you didn't see it. Number 10, Smirnoff Vodka, from bookworm to barfly. I was the mainstay of the public library until I discovered Smirnoff. I remember this ad and thinking, is this supposed to be aspirational?
Another woman with alcohol?
Apparently, vodka was the ticket out of a boring life spent reading. Smirnoff didn't just change your drink. It changed your entire social status. In the 70s, it was practically a personality makeover in a bottle. You were either reading War and Peace, or you were the life of the party. No in between. Number 11. A T&T. Wife Preserves. A 60s relic that didn't age well. I remember AT&T's Wife Preserves ad claiming that letting your wife use the phone would keep her young and wrinkle-free. By the 70s, though, women were out working and fighting for equality, and this idea felt about as fresh as bell-bottoms in the 80s. Funny enough, AT&T later came out with the catchy jingle, "Reach out and touch someone," which was a lot better than "Keep your wife looking young."
A telephone call now and then will bring them closer. They're waiting to hear from you. So reach out and touch someone. Give them a call.
I guess they figured out a more modern way to stay connected. Number 12, Lennox China.
Colleen with a K.
Someday when I marry. Because nothing says love like fancy plates. Along with that AT&T's
well,
Wife
welcome to
Preserves
the side
ad,
of the bush.
Lennox China
God,
came
that
out with,
sounded
"Someday
very
when I marry,
wrong, but you
I'll
know
make him
what I
so
meant.
proud of me." And our very first home. Apparently, the secret to a happy marriage was all in the dinnerware.
All in the dinnerware, guys.
By the 70s, though, this was starting to feel a little outdated. Turns out being a great wife was about more than setting a pretty table. Who would have guessed? Number 13, Yardley Lip Licks. Grandma's recipes, but make it sexy?
Yes!
Yardley Lip Licks were flavored like Grandma's favorite recipes with ads that suggested
why do I know
kiss
that
him in his favorite
Yardley
flavor.
stuff? Didn't
A
they
little
don't they have
strange, right?
soap or something?
I mean, who thought kissing a girl who smelled like spicy gingerbread or fluffy pink marshmallow was romantic? But back then,
I
every
would.
girl had at least one in her purse. Whether it was candied apple, sweet cocoa, or whipped cream pumpkin pie, they smelled like walking
probably all
desserts.
sticky.
Weird?
Blech.
Maybe. But in the 70s, we were all falling for it, literally.
A lot
Looking
of this
back,
stuff
these ads
went
are as
into the
cringeworthy as
80s.
they are hilarious,
'Cause I
but they
remember
capture
it
the
as a
spirit of the
small
70s,
child.
a time when
I'll
we'd
show
try
you the
anything
one
to
that
look
has
cool,
a lot
smell good,
from
and feel grown up.
80s.
We had no idea how ridiculous we looked with our crunchy hair, raw
No, you
faces from
don't.
sandpaper scrubs, and that cloud of baby powder and fake strawberry following us everywhere. But you know what? We were having the time of our lives. Would I do it all again? You bet.
That
I'd be
is
right back there with a
so
macho musk
crazy,
and
that
enough sea breeze to
girl.
burn
Oh
my
my
face off.
God.
We didn't
How
just
is
live through the
this
70s,
crunchy?
we thrived, even if we
I
smelled
don't
like a chemical
know.
experiment gone wrong. And yeah, we
Oh
looked
my
pretty goofy
God,
doing
I'm
it.
dead.
But we did it with style. I wouldn't trade those memories for anything.
Oops, 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 oops. What am I doing? I have no idea. Oh. There we go. Okay, stop screen. Present. I hate all this crap. Present this, present that. Okay, 25. Wait. Oh, that's right, they move them. See, I'm so out of what I'm doing. I forgot how to work this. I remember the exclamation. It was white bottle with the black top, like the white was the dot underneath the exclamation, and Debbie had the electric youth. Oh my God. You got them at the drugstore, Genevieve's in New York. You know, I would get, oh dear God. Oh my God. Look at this, guys, just in case you can see this. This overconsumption shit is ridiculous. These body washes, they give you plenty. I love the vanilla. And guess what? I will use it until it's almost gone. Then I'll go buy another one. I don't need 30 stacked up in my shower. All right. Just thought I'd talk some shit for a minute. Let's roll.
You are like no other babe ever born.
You're fabulous, babe.
You know how to reach out and show your love, babe.
Fabulous.
Hey there, welcome back. If you lived through the 70s, you know it was a time of bold choices, daring fashion, and unforgettable scents. Let's take a walk down memory lane and relive 20 iconic fashion and fragrance trends from the decade.
Yep.
Number 1, patchouli. Patchouli wasn't just a scent.
I never heard of
It was
this.
a movement. Whether worn as essential oil or mixed into high-end perfumes, that musky,
Really?
earthy aroma was the signature scent of free spirits everywhere. If you walked into a record shop or a dorm room, you could guarantee someone had patchouli incense burning. Number 2, G, your hair smells terrific.
That's the name
If you were a
of it?
teenager in the
Gee,
70s,
your
you
hair
probably remember the unmistakable scent of G, your hair smells terrific shampoo.
Oh, your hair smells nice. What are you wearing? Gee, your hair smells terrific. Shampoo. I'd be like, no, what are you wearing? Gee, your hair smells terrific. It would just go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? All right.
It wasn't just about getting your hair clean. It was about leaving behind a floral, slightly spicy fragrance that lingered all day.
Dear Lord, help
This
us.
shampoo was so iconic that people would literally stop
Isn't
and
it,
sniff
Potato?
just to tell you how amazing your hair smelled. It was the ultimate compliment and a must-have in every girl's shower. Number 3,
It
jumpsuits.
was?
Jumpsuits
Oh, no.
were sleek, stylish, and incredibly popular.
What if you had a
But only until
roll?
you had to use the
Her
bathroom.
hair was nice.
The struggle was real. Still, whether you were hitting the disco or running
Oh,
errands,
God.
jumpsuits made getting dressed easy.
What
A
was that
one-piece
guy-
outfit that
what
could be
is
glammed
that?
up or dressed down, that's a 70s win. Number 4, leisure suits. Polyester
Oh,
was king,
God,
and a leisure
no.
suit was its royal robe. Matching jacket and pants, oversized lapels, and bold colors, leisure suits made a statement. They were dressy but relaxed, perfect for hitting the town or just hanging out with friends. Number 5, earth shoes. Earth shoes had that signature negative heel,
As opposed
where the
to
heel
what?
sat lower than the
Moon
toes.
shoes?
Some called them ugly, others swore they were the most
Those
comfortable
are
shoes
okay.
ever.
I
People
think
claimed
those
they
are cool,
improved
to be
posture and
honest.
walking stance,
Very
and they
grungy.
definitely had that back-to-nature hippie appeal.
And I do like
All right, listen,
bell-bottoms
I just
or
saw that
flare-
90% of
flare
people
jeans.
watching aren't subscribed. So how about we make a deal?
I'm
I'll keep putting in the
subscribed.
work to make these
This is a
videos
good
great, and you
channel,
do me a
guys.
small favor. If you've watched more than one of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe
Way
button.
back or
If this is your first one, no pressure. I get it. But if you're back for round 2 or more,
Did you know
help a
that
guy
she
out.
has
It really makes a
boyfriend
difference.
40 younger
Thank you
than
so much.
her? Well, good for
And hey,
her,
if you're on
D
Facebook,
girl.
join me there too. It's a
so
great
she
place
can
to share
still
your
get
stories,
it.
meet other nostalgia lovers, and keep the conversation going. See you there.
Oh,
Number
my
6,
Lord.
Charlie Perfume. Charlie
My
was for the
sister used to
independent
have a
woman,
pair
the
of
one strutting through the
those.
office
Oh, yeah?
in a pantsuit, making moves. Floral,
never heard
fresh,
of
with
them.
just a hint of musk. It became an instant
Oh,
classic.
I remember this.
The commercials
Charlie
featuring
perfume.
confident,
It
career-driven
was in
women
every
made it a
drugstore.
cultural icon. Number 7,
And I
Doctor,
hated it.
Scholl's wooden sandals. You could hear them before you saw them. That signature clunk echoed through
Oh,
every school hallway.
okay,
They were
these.
simple, just a wooden sole and a leather strap, but somehow they
Tell
became a
me
must-have.
they didn't hurt.
The adjustable strap made them somewhat practical, though the wooden footbed wasn't exactly known for comfort.
No.
Yet every girl had a pair, even if they left behind a few
I
bruises
know
from
I
accidental
had
ankle
them
smacks.
when I was a young
Number
kid.
8, patchwork denim. Jeans, jackets, skirts. If it had denim, someone was stitching patches onto it.
Oh,
Patchwork
God.
wasn't just a fashion statement. It was a DIY badge of honor.
Some of these
Every
cute.
pair was unique, whether it was store-bought or hand-sewn at home. If you wanted to stand
the
out,
home
you went
ones
for the
were
loudest,
better, if
most
you want
colorful
my
patches
opinion.
you could find. Number 9, satin bomber jackets. Shiny, colorful, and lightweight. These jackets had
Satin
attitude.
bomber
Perfect for
jacket,
spring
like
and fall.
sweating
They
your
made you
ass
feel like a rock star. They weren't the warmest jackets around, but who cared? It was all about the look. Pair it with a tube top and high-waisted jeans, and you were ready to hit the streets. Some had embroidered dragons or team logos, giving them that extra cool factor. Number 10, Ditto's pants. High-waisted, figure-hugging, and available in every color imaginable.
Oh, dear
Ditto's
God.
pants were a staple. That curved yoke in the back? Designed to flatter. If you didn't have a pair, you definitely wanted one. The hottest girls in school had at least 3 pairs.
I bet
Red,
you they
navy,
did.
and maybe
You know why? Because they were the hottest girls in school, okay? They didn't have a roll anywhere. Their ass, you could bounce a quarter off it, okay? They were perfect. They were perfection. They also probably had a thigh gap. They were perfect. Long, beautiful, perfect hair. You know why? Because they used something about I love the smell of your perfume. Whatever the hell it was called. And there we go. I can't wait to show you the one that
Maybe a
got
classic
me
denim.
into this.
Number 11, hot pants.
Ooh,
If you had
hot
the confidence
pants.
and the legs, hot pants were the way to go. Worn with knee-high boots or platform sandals,
did
they were a
this?
disco floor favorite. The shortest of short shorts, they defined daring 70s fashion. Number 12, wedge sandals. Cork soles,
You've
earthy
always
tones,
watched-
and just
oh
the
my
right
God,
height.
I have
Wedge
those.
sandals
They're
were the perfect
Jessica
mix of
Simpson
comfort and
shoes.
style. They paired perfectly with peasant blouses and maxi dresses. They were practical enough to wear all day, but still dressy enough for a night out. Number 13, gunny sax dresses. If you wanted to look like you just stepped out of a Victorian romance novel, gunny sax dresses were the way to go. These dresses had lace trim, high necklines, and delicate floral prints that made every girl feel like she
Delicate.
belonged in a fairy tale. Whether worn to a school dance or just for a dreamy afternoon in the park, they had that
Dreamy.
soft, romantic aesthetic that defined the bohemian side of the 70s.
Who
Number
ran
14,
around looking?
metallic clothing.
What is that?
The disco era loved its sparkle, and metallic fabrics
Is
were
that
everywhere.
Shea right there?
Gold, silver, and bronze
think it
dresses
was.
shimmered under the dance floor lights, making sure you never blended into the crowd.
Me too. And
If you
I'm
wanted to
in.
shine at Studio 54, this was how you did it. Number 15, Love's Baby Soft Perfume. If you were a teenage girl in the 70s, you probably had a bottle of Love's Baby Soft. Light,
I bet,
powdery, and
Lisa,
sweet. It was
that
innocence
looks
in a frosted pink
amazing
bottle.
to you.
The advertising was a little weird looking back, but at the time, it was a staple on every young woman's dresser.
Yep, I had.
Number 16,
As a little kid,
tube
I
tops.
had that. Little
Tube
kid.
tops were the ultimate mix of casual and daring.
Okay, that I
Pair
did
one
know
with
that.
ditto jeans and platform shoes, and you were good to go. They weren't exactly practical. One wrong move, and you were adjusting all night, but they were an iconic 70s look. Every teenage girl had a couple in her closet waiting for the weekend roller rink hangout. Number 17, moon
Loser.
boots. If you wanted to look like you just stepped off
What?
Apollo 11, moon boots were the way to go. Big, puffy, and futuristic, these snow boots were more about making a statement than staying practical. And yet, they were everywhere. Number 18, opium perfume. Bold, spicy, and a little controversial, opium was the scent of glamour and rebellion. One spritz and you were ready to take on the night. It wasn't for the faint of heart,
I know.
but those who wore it owned every room they walked into. Number 19, wide-collared shirts. You know the ones, collars so
should
wide
remain.
they could double as wings. Whether
Or I
in
could
paisley
slow 'em
prints,
down.
loud solids, or geometric patterns, these shirts were a staple for men and women alike. Worn under a leisure suit or paired with bell-bottoms, they made sure you stood...
Or paired with bell-bottoms. Let's just slow it down a bit then. Okay. Put it on normal.
...out. Number 20, rainbow suspenders.
Is that better?
Thank you, Mork and Mindy. Rainbow suspenders were quirky, colorful, and just plain fun. If you were bold enough to wear them, you definitely had personality. Robin Williams made them famous, and soon every kid with a sense of humor had a pair.
I saw or...
Number 21, knickerbockers.
I wasn't,
Not quite shorts, not quite pants.
Remember the 70s.
Knickerbockers had a moment in the 70s, even if they never hit mainstream dominance.
They did.
Made of corduroy, tweed, or denim,
Oh God,
they were
I hate
often
that
paired
shirt
with
that
knee-high
poor girl's
socks or boots.
wearing.
If you were going for an old-school, vintage-inspired
Scandalous
look,
perfume.
knickerbockers were the way to go. Number 22, turtleneck sweaters. Turtlenecks were everywhere in the 70s, whether tight-fitting or chunky knit. They were the perfect layering piece under a blazer, vest, or even a denim jacket.
Don't forget the
Diane
Dorothy
Keaton
Hamill
cemented
look.
their
Whoa,
cool
what's that?
factor in Annie Hall, and Steve
She
McQueen
looks
made them
good then.
effortlessly rugged. They gave off a smart, slightly mysterious vibe, especially when paired with a tweed jacket and aviators.
Oh, good.
Number 23, quilted jackets.
We still have
Warm,
them.
practical,
Oh,
and
God.
surprisingly stylish.
Looks like Vera
quilted
Bradley
jackets were the
threw
go-to
up.
outerwear for a casual 70s fall day. They weren't bulky like puffer coats, but they still provided enough insulation to keep you cozy. With their diamond stitching and lightweight feel, they paired well with everything from flared jeans to corduroy pants. Number 24,
pants.
crocheted bikinis.
What?
Nothing screamed 70s beach culture quite like a crocheted bikini. They were handmade,
Wouldn't
boho
they-
chic, and undeniably eye-catching. Sure, they weren't the most practical when
I
wet.
said
Let's just
grew
say they
up,
had a
not
tendency to
grew
stretch.
up.
But that didn't stop them from being a summer staple. If you had one, you were probably turning heads at the beach or by the pool, looking like you walked straight out of a vintage postcard.
Yeah, David Bowie.
Number 25,
He's
Old
shit.
Spice.
Old Spice.
No list of 70s scents is complete without mentioning Old Spice. Your dad had it, your grandpa had it, and at some point you probably stole a splash just to see what the fuss was about. The scent, spicy, woodsy, and unmistakably masculine, was a staple in every bathroom cabinet. A single whiff can transport you right back to watching your old man get ready for work in the morning. The 70s were loud, expressive, and full of unforgettable trends. Some have made a comeback, while others remain locked in time. But no matter what, they...
Good gracious. Okay, okay, now, the next one is, oh, yeah, the last two. I think it's this one, bizarre. Oh, yes, when you guys see this first, I remember this as a small child because my mom had it and like other people's moms had it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. The Tickle deodorant. Did I? No, I didn't. I just gave my, oh no, I did it right. Hello. And go. Oh, chill.
So happy about new Tickle antiperspirant. Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball?
The 70s were a time of fearless experimentation, and that didn't stop at fashion. From scorching skincare routines to hair disasters turned iconic, these trends weren't just fads. They were battle scars of an era that did things boldly. Let's dive into 10 bizarre beauty trends from the 70s that people swore they'd never try until they did. Number 1, the electric blue
right,
eyeshadow
Colleen?
epidemic.
Your eyes really turn me on, babe.
You did a crochet.
Where did you get those luscious lips, babe?
We didn't do subtle in the 70s. If you wore makeup, you wore it loud, and nothing screamed louder than electric blue eyeshadow. Every girl had it, Every guy noticed it, and whether we admitted it or not, we all thought it looked pretty cool. Until it started melting off in the summer heat. The stuff was like war paint. You'd see it on the girls at school, at the mall, even at the roller rink. Paired with frosted pink lips and feathered bangs, it wasn't just a little swipe on the lids either. Oh no. We're talking lid-to-brow intensity, like a neon explosion.
Lashes.
The first time I saw my sister apply it, I thought she was trying out for a David Bowie tribute band. But then, as time passed, it became the look. Girls swore by it, guys got used to it, and somehow we all made it through the decade without going completely blind from the shimmer fallout.
The shimmer fallout.
Number 2, Sea Breeze Astringent, the face incinerator.
Sea Breeze Antiseptic. No other clean feels quite like this.
Back in the 70s.
Okay, so the first thing I noticed on this channel, I was just scrolling, like I think on my phone or tablet or something, and I came across the channel because this particular video is up. And I saw the Sea Breeze, and I was like, I know that stuff. I know it. Like, I remember it. It wasn't something that I was like old enough where I'd be using it. Now, in today's world, I would literally die before I put that on my skin, okay? I can just see it melting away for life, your skin barrier. And they used to always have that feeling like if you don't feel it working, it's not working type of thing. You know what I mean? But I just remembered this packaging and something with a cotton ball, and then I had to see.
Skincare wasn't about being gentle. It was about feeling it work. And nothing worked harder or burned more than Sea Breeze Astringent.
That's why everybody.
If you weren't wiping your face with a cotton ball soaked in this blue fire water, were you even trying to clean your skin? Sea Breeze didn't just remove oil, it evaporated it. One swipe, and your face went from greasy to ice cold, with an unmistakable tingling that quickly turned into
like
a full-on sting.
I like.
You knew it was working because your eyes watered, your skin turned red, and for a few glorious moments, you questioned your life choices. The smell alone was enough to clear sinuses. Pure medicinal intensity with a side of, maybe I just sanitized my face with rubbing alcohol. And yet, we loved it. If your face didn't feel like it had been power washed, you weren't doing it right.
Power wash.
Kids today have their fancy micellar waters and soothing toners. But back then, we were warriors. Sea Breeze didn't just clean your pores. It humbled you.
Do they
Number
even
3,
still make it?
the feathered hair frenzy.
Oh, the feathered hair.
Love your shining hair. Something beautiful happens.
You know why you have
If your
shiny
hair wasn't feathered, were you even alive in the 70s? Thanks to Farrah Fawcett, every girl and a few daring guys took up arms, aka round brushes and blow dryers, to achieve those perfect windswept waves. The effort was Herculean, blow drying, flipping, spraying,
No, it's
repeating.
not actually.
But once you got it right, oh man, you felt unstoppable.
That girl's cute. Is she
That is,
famous?
until the humidity hit. Then all that hard work turned into a frizzy, shapeless
This
mess.
thing, whatever's
I remember
going
my
on,
sister
probably
spending
took
what seemed like
hours.
hours in the bathroom with her curling iron, only to come out looking like she just wrestled with a hairdryer and lost. But still, she kept trying. We all did.
That girl's a cutie patootie.
Number 4, Tickle deodorant,
Yay,
the
Tickle.
holy grail of
Go
hygiene.
Tickle.
Why are women so happy about new Tickle
Because it
antiperspirant?
has a big ball.
Is it because Tickle is the first roll-on with a big, wide ball?
Let's talk about Tickle deodorant. The goofy, oversized roll-on that my sister and every other girl in the 70s seemed obsessed with. Those neon-colored bottles were everywhere, and for some reason, they acted like owning one was a ticket to some exclusive club. The worst part? The commercials. Those things
The
were...
thing about that Tickle, though, is look at the packaging. Tell me the packaging played a big, huge part in people buying that deodorant. You got the neon. Back then, you hadn't really hit so much neon like we have so far in a couple of decades, you know? but like we've done neon in the 80s, and we've done neon, not that, I mean, kind of recently with neon eyeliners and neon whatevers. But the thing is, right, that it just, I know the way she says big wide bowl, Colleen, that gets me every freaking time. Maybe it's just the way they say that. I don't know, but something made people buy it. The packaging, I remember as a kid, my mom having it, and I just loved the packaging.
On all the time. With girls giggling and twirling around like putting on deodorant was the highlight of their day. My sister ate it up. Me? I just didn't get it. It was deodorant. You put it on. You moved on with your life. But nope, Tickle was special. It had a giant rollerball, a funky scent, and just enough marketing magic to convince every girl I knew that deodorant could be fun.
Fun?
If you were a guy, you stuck with the basics. No nonsense, no gimmicks, just something that did the job. And that was just fine by me. Number 5, Sun In.
Oh my
Blonde
God.
ambition on a budget.
Always remember
Sun In.
this when I
The
was,
poor man's
was
ticket to California surfer hair. It promised sun-kissed highlights, but delivered, well, let's just say it didn't look like the commercial. Picture this, me lounging on a plastic rope, tanning chaise, doused in Sun In, with my boombox blasting Fleetwood Mac. I thought I looked like a golden god. In reality, orange. Not just orange, brassy orange. But I kept at it, bottle after bottle, convinced that just one more spritz would be the magic touch.
No.
And the smell? It was a weird chemical citrus that lingered for days. Even now, when I catch a whiff of lemon-scented cleaner, I'm instantly transported back to that plastic chair, chasing the dream of California blonde. Take a quick pause and click on this awesome button called subscribe so we can stay.
So, Potato, where are you? The thing about a skincare fridge, the only thing that I keep in a fridge is my under eye patches from Patchology, the rosé, serve chilled rosé. They are the best. And, you could put some face, ones in there. It might soothe your skin, what have you. But the under eye patches from Patchology, the rosé ones, that's what I keep in the fridge. I don't keep my other stuff in the fridge. I just don't. Because the coming in and out of temperature actually is not good for it. They became very popular during the pandemic because they were people weren't using as much, and so they didn't want it to, quote, go bad. But I don't know if they were really doing anything. We'll chat about what you plan on putting in there. And my so-called skincare fridge is like a dorm fridge. Oh, Potato, thank you. This going for your fridge. Potato. Let me give you a heart. Hold on. Why can't I figure out the NGL? All of a sudden, I forgot what that means. You would think I went away to the moon for a while. Seriously. I'm not going to lie. Oh, there it is. Potato, you said it. Okay, thank you. I'm not going to lie. In the world where I pay to get rid of ads to be away from the thing I was initially interested, I am so fascinated by ads because I know there is so much strategy involved in making them. Like the ones that say, because of the big, wide ball, like that. Somebody sat around, guys, a board table and said, because of a big, wide bowl. Okay, just keep that in mind. I'm giving, I like this new thing, though, like where you can reply to her comment and stuff. If you love the 70s and like this content show, this content show, Jill, you do, Cash.app. Thank you, T-Girl. Yes, that's my Cash.app. And maybe, no, I'm not even going to say it. Because I could just imagine who sometimes listens anymore. And you know what? That I am more interested in who is here. You know what I'm saying? Anymore. I just want to have a good time, Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much, Potato. And thank you, T-Girl, for putting that up. I appreciate. Yeah, the way a big, wide bulb. I just find that amazing that somebody thought of that. And also, like I was saying about the Bailey's commercial, come on, you guys all know that. She makes out with every guy at the pool table. And it's like, guys, just ply her with this, and you'll have a Merry Christmas. I mean, and then it goes, Bailey's, drink responsibly. I was like, what the hell is this? What is this?
Connected. It will also encourage me to share many more 70s treasures, like the one you're watching right now.
Sea breeze.
Thanks.
As soon as I saw
Number
that,
6.
I had a click.
Baby oil tanning. SPF. -100. I remember lying out in the back.
What? What does that mean? Anybody know? -100, and it's baby oil, SPF 30. How could it be? What in the hell? Okay, so I'm fair. Some years back, all right, I'm at the beach, and I'm with a friend that I was in college with, and she was Italian, so her skin was different than mine. And she bought all the stuff, sunblock for me. She bought all that. So I'm in the water. I come out. I think it means no SPF whatsoever. I think it does too. I think so too. I think it means go ahead, roll around in this and then lay out. You're screwed. So, do you have Native American in you, Anonymous Patriot? So, anyway, we're laying out. I fell asleep. I mean, at that point, I was working like 2 jobs that summer. It was, it was like the weekend, And next thing I knew, I put the wrong thing on. I thought I was putting the sunblock on. I didn't want to wake her up. The way that this came out was like sunblock. It was like the cream, all that. Next thing I know, so we went to, I think it was like Friendly's afterwards, and she goes, Jill, you look very red. And I went in the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and holy crap, I was shocked, right? And back then you used to put Noxzema on it and do what you do. I had 2nd and 3rd degree burns. I passed out into a table full of people the next day at a TCBY and had to have the ambulance take me to the hospital. I had sun poisoning and I was dehydrated. I made a complete ass of myself, but hey, we all know I've done that before, right? So, yeah, I cannot mess with it. Till just not that long ago, you could still see the scars on the back of my knee, and I just bought a new car, and I could hardly walk, let alone drive. Yes, I am. T-Girl, very. I was born over in Northern Ireland. So yes, I'm very fair like you. Yes, I got the freckles. It's a very light red tan, then would freckle Scots Irish. Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't know why I thought you were going to say you had some Native American tanning red. You're lucky. Wait a minute, you're joking. I just got it. She got me. It wasn't that hard. She got me. I tan red, get it? And I say, do you have... You mean you burn? Like me? T-girl? Okay. Oh, God. All right, let's get back to this guy who's very happy about, I don't know what. Oh, wrong place.
Backyard, slathered in baby oil, practically sizzling.
You're
if you wanted to
cooking
speed up the
yourself out
process,
there.
you used a reflective sun visor.
Oh my God.
By the end of the day, you weren't just tan, you were crispy. And the
Oh.
peeling? That was just part of the experience. A rite of passage, really. Number 7. Noxzema.
I love
The all-purpose face saver. If you grew up in the 70s, you knew Noxzema.
Remember her,
that
the
cold,
Noxzema girl
tingly,
from the
weirdly
90s?
medicinal-smelling cream was the cure-all for everything. Sunburn? Noxzema. Acne? Noxzema. General discomfort? You guessed
Gregory,
it,
what do you
Noxzema.
think of Noxzema?
It had that menthol punch that made your skin feel
That
both
girl
frozen
was
and
like
on
the
fire at the same
iconic
time.
Noxzema girl.
And if you slathered on too much, you'd be peeling it off like dried glue.
I don't understand.
But we
that
all
part.
used it because our moms swore by it.
Yes, my
Number
mom
8.
did.
The wedge.
Oh.
The haircut that made you feel like a champion.
Look at the little bow.
Blow dry
It
your
had
hair.
washing
You'll get some body.
instructions.
But Dorothy Hamill needs more than that to make her hair look and feel its best.
If there
Did
was
she
one
use
haircut
the
that
It
defined the
Smells
mid-70s,
Great
it was
shampoo?
the wedge. Created in 1974 by a Vidal Sassoon protege, this sleek, structured cut took the world
That
by
is
storm.
actually cute.
But let's be honest, it was Dorothy Hamill who truly made it famous. When she skated her way to Olympic gold in 1976,
eyeliner
her hair
does look
moved with
cute
a
on
perfect
her.
bounce. And suddenly, every salon chair
Ooh,
in
she's got
America was filled with
freckles,
people
guys.
asking for the Dorothy. It
We
was the
got a
best of
winner.
both worlds. Easy to maintain, but stylish enough to
What
make
is
you feel
this?
like a star.
Or that.
Straight-haired
Or, oh my
girls
God,
got that
whatever that
clean,
was up in
sculpted
the
look,
corner.
while even those with a little wave could pull it off with some strategic blow-drying. It was sporty, fresh, and made you look effortlessly put together. No Aquanet helmet required. Number 9. The Perm
helmet.
Revolution.
I'm 4 inches taller.
Perms
Gregory,
weren't just
no.
for the ladies. By the late 70s, guys were jumping on the trend too.
Oh, please.
Some
God,
ended
no.
up with soft waves, others with full-blown poodle status. Either way, once those chemicals hit,
Did you
there
like
was no turning
Noxzema,
back.
Gregory?
The stack perm became a signature look,
Ooh,
smooth
she's
on top,
gorgeous. Look at
big
that
curls
eye.
on the bottom. It was a delicate balance of science and luck,
That
and when done
that's
right,
me doing
it
a
defied
home perm.
gravity. Meanwhile, punk rockers went the opposite route, chopping their hair short, spiking it up, and dyeing it every neon shade imaginable. If it made your parents nervous, you were doing it right. And let's not forget
Oh,
the
dear
smell,
heavens.
an eye-watering
The
chemical
smell.
stench that lingered for days. Some guys walked into school looking like Bee Gees cover models, while others resembled a
This
frizzed-out
guy is
Q-tip.
so funny
But
without
once you
trying.
permed, you were committed, no matter how it turned out. Number 10. The frosted lipstick takeover.
Oh, God.
The 70s
I
had a
hate-
love affair with
Oh,
frost, and
jeez.
nowhere was it more obvious than on lips. That shimmery, icy sheen was everywhere, from soft pinks to downright metallic silvers. If you
Okay. You see this? Okay. So I've got these e.l.f. Lip oils, and they have come out with ones that, are shimmery now. And they are not like this. Okay? You don't look ridiculous. You don't look totally out of date. And it doesn't have it's not a glitter bomb. If you've tried them, you know what I mean. It's just beautiful. And I did just do my nails to match. Anyway, but that's just by coincidence. But yeah, this is, I don't know. I can't stand a frosted lip look. This is a little bit, I don't know why, but this doesn't look too bad. I don't know what it is, but there's one that I have from, that I got for free. It's from L'Oreal, and it's just like a frosted regular, I don't know, like not a pink, just, I don't know what it is, but it's frosted, and it just looks, ugh, God. And I have this problem throwing things away. I just can't do it. And that one, I'm not even sure if it made it all the way to the trash. Let's hope it did.
If your lips weren't shimmering like a disco ball, you
Oh
weren't
my
doing
God.
it right.
Mac
Girls
really
paired
has
them with
to
blue
say
eyeshadow and feathered hair for
Oh
the
my
ultimate
God.
look. I didn't get it then,
I heard
and I still
about
don't
that.
get it now, but hey, it was the 70s.
How does
Looking
it look?
back, the 70s were a wild time for beauty.
Okay, we've got, I think, one more. Look at this cat. Yes, this is the channel, guys. Way Back America. So for those who haven't watched it, you know, that's the channel. But I thought it was pretty damn fun watching it with you guys. I don't know, it's funner. It's funner. Okay, I think there was one more. And it's not cheap. You know what oh no, that was always said about girls with silver eyeshadow. When they say, you know what they say about girls with silver eyeshadow. Well, now it's like, you know what they say about girls with silver lips. Okay. That doesn't sound good. Okay, share screen, and the last one. Oh, yeah, hold on. I don't remember. Which one was this one? Hold on. I think okay, we watched that one. Okay. Who were where the hell is the, oh, here it is. There we go. I finally found it.
Captain Marvel, where'd you come from?
Kind of a long fish story.
Oh,
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Today, we're taking a trip back to the 70s dreamboat era and counting down 15 dreamiest 1970s heartthrobs that stole my girl's heart. Let's get into it. Number 1, David Cassidy.
Oh, David!
Kicking off our list, we've got the ultimate teen idol. If you were a teenager in the early 70s, chances are you had David Cassidy's poster on your wall. Starring as Keith Partridge in the Partridge Family, David had the hair, the voice, and the charisma that sent girls into a frenzy. He wasn't just a TV star, his music career took off like wildfire. Songs like I Think I Love You made him a household name.
I think I love you.
Number 2,
But what
Leif Garrett.
Oh my God.
Girlfriends.
Who doesn't remember the iconic episode of VH1's Behind the Music with Leif Garrett? Oh my God. He was up there, I'm not high, I'm in recovery. He was nodding all over the place, drooling everywhere. I like, am I the only one seeing this? I was like, oh my God, he's high as a kite. Somebody end this, like, just end it. And I can get that he's covered in guilt for making, what did he do? He paralyzed his friend because he was, what? Drunken, high as a kite. But he was so out of it, guys, okay? And no, he is not good, like, so good looking. Oh my God. He was really high. And So the next day after it aired, I knew I wasn't nuts because everybody on like the radio and whatever, the radio, remember that? We're talking about that episode, like how messed up he was on it, claiming, you know, and then he went to go meet the guy who he paralyzed in that condition to apologize. And I'm like, man, if VH1 had a soul, they would have stopped that before he went and actually met up with the guy in that condition. It was real sad. But, okay, let's go.
Leif Garrett wasn't just a heartthrob, he was a phenomenon. The guy was everywhere. Magazine covers, TV guest spots, record stores, you name it. With his shaggy blonde hair, mischievous smile, and undeniable swagger, he had the perfect mix of boyish charm and rock star attitude. Leif got his start as a child actor popping up in The Odd Couple and Wonder Woman, but by the late 70s, he had fully transitioned into a pop idol. His music career took off with hits like I Was Made for Dancin', and suddenly, every teenage girl in America had his album on repeat. But Leif wasn't just some cookie-cutter pop star. He had that rebellious streak that made him even more appealing. He hung out with the cool crowd, dated actresses, and had an energy that felt a little more dangerous than the typical teen idols of the time. Though his career took some rough turns later on, his impact as a 70s heartthrob is undeniable. Number 3. Andy Gibb. The youngest Gibb brother wasn't just riding the coattails of the Bee Gees. He was a star in his own right. With his golden locks, dazzling smile, and velvety voice, Andy had a charisma that sent fans into a frenzy. His debut album went platinum, and with hits like Shadow Dancing, I Just Want to Be Your Everything, and An Everlasting Love. He quickly became a radio sensation.
You're funny.
Unlike his older brothers, who were already legends in the disco scene, Andy had that teen idol appeal. He was young, fresh-faced, and had the kind of looks that made teenage girls weak in the knees.
Oh, God.
Number 4, Shaun Cassidy. If you had an older sister in the late 70s, there's a 99% chance she had a Shaun Cassidy poster on her wall. With his feathered blonde hair, bright smile, and effortless charm, he was a teen dream straight out of Central Casting. Following in his half-brother David Cassidy's footsteps, Shaun became an instant star, playing Joe Hardy in the Hardy Boys' Yacht Nancy Drew Mysteries.
Oh my God.
That show had it all: mystery, adventure, and 2 incredibly handsome leads. More on Parker Stevenson next. By the early 80s, he had moved behind the scenes, becoming a successful TV writer and producer, but for a few golden years in the late 70s, he was one of the biggest heartthrobs on the planet.
I would rather be behind the
Number
scenes.
5, Parker Stevenson. If you were into the Hardy Boys, you had one of 2 crushes, Shaun Cassidy or Parker Stevenson. Parker had that classic all-American look, square jaw, piercing blue eyes, and the kind of smooth, effortless confidence that made him impossible to ignore. Unlike Shaun's rock star energy, Parker had the cool, mysterious vibe down to an art. After the Hardy Boys, he kept his TV career going strong, appearing in shows like Baywatch and Falcon Crest. But for those of us who grew up in the 70s, he will always be Frank Hardy, solving mysteries and stealing hearts in equal measure.
Oh, dear God.
Number 6, John Travolta.
Oh, no.
Before he was Danny Zuko in Grease, he was Vinnie Barbarino in Welcome Back, Kotter. That perfect mix of bad boy charm and effortless dance moves. Yeah, we all wanted to be him. By the time Saturday Night Fever hit in 1977, Travolta wasn't just a heartthrob, he was a legend.
Legend in his own mind.
Number 7, Scott Baio.
Baio.
If you were watching Happy Days, you knew Scott Baio. As Chachi Arcola, he was the cool, cocky cousin of the Fonz, and somehow managed to steal scenes from Henry Winkler himself. When Joni Loves Chachi came along, Scott cemented his status as a full-blown teen idol. Whether you loved him for his charm, his bad boy attitude, or that undeniable confidence, there's no denying that Scott ruled the late 70s.
God.
Hey, I just saw
What
that
am I doing to
90% of people
myself?
watching aren't subscribed. Let's fix that.
Oh, you didn't see
If you've watched
anything.
more than one of my videos, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If it's your first time, no worries. But if you're back, help a guy out.
When I was a kid, I liked the movie Grease.
And if you're on
but
Facebook,
when I got
join me there
older,
too.
I
It's the
just
perfect
don't
place to share your stories and
like,
connect with other nostalgia lovers.
musicals.
See you there.
Dr. Pepper.
Number 8. Robbie Benson.
Who? Who are
If
these
sensitive guys
people?
with soulful eyes were your
Thank you,
thing,
Tato.
Robbie Benson was the gold standard.
Click like,
Girls weren't just
guys.
crushing on him,
I'd
they
appreciate
were
it.
dreaming about him. He wasn't the flashy, over-the-top type of heartthrob. He was the guy who would write you poetry, take you on long walks, and probably make you cry with one soulful glance.
Dear heavens.
Number 9. Mark Hamill.
Who?
There's regular heartthrob status, and then
Wasn't he
there's
an ice
galactic
skater?
level heartthrob status. Mark Hamill was the latter. When Star Wars hit in 1977,
Mark Hamill.
Mark went from a relatively unknown actor to one of the most recognizable faces in
And
the
car
world.
wash.
As Luke Skywalker, he had that perfect blend of innocence, heroism, and charm. He was the ultimate boy next door, who just happened to be a Jedi. Though he was competing with Harrison Ford for the cool factor, Mark had a devoted fan base that absolutely adored him.
Anonymous.
And let's be real,
Oh my God.
there was nothing cooler than being a
I
Jedi
hate them
in
too.
1977. Number 10. Christopher Reeve.
Oh, I feel bad for this guy.
When Superman hit theaters in 1978, Christopher Reeve became the undisputed
really
king of
looked like-
Hollywood heartthrobs.
And I used to watch
Tall,
these.
broad-shouldered, and with a smile
looks
that could
like
light up the entire
Superman.
planet, he embodied the role of Superman in a way that no actor has ever matched.
I agree
But
with
here's
that.
the thing. Christopher wasn't just playing a superhero on screen. He was a real-life inspiration, known for his kindness, humility, and later, his
They have to
incredible
say all
advocacy
this.
for spinal cord research. Number 11. Kurt Russell.
They don't even go into that.
Kurt Russell wasn't just a heartthrob. He was the ultimate transition from child star
Russell.
to leading man. The
Isn't
real
he
turning
in
point?
Roadhouse.
His role as Elvis Presley in the 1979 TV biopic Elvis.
Oh God.
Not
help
only
us
did he
all.
nail the King's signature voice and swagger, but he also proved he could handle serious leading roles. From that moment on, it was clear Kurt Russell wasn't
Look at
just a former
Tiger
child
Beat.
actor.
Oh no.
He was a bona fide leading man and one of the
Bonafide.
coolest guys in Hollywood. He kept that tough
cool.
yet likable charm into the 80s. But it all started in the late 70s
yeah,
when he
I
went from
think they're
Disney
all
kid
only 10,
to one of the
right.
best-looking men in Hollywood. Number 12, Donny Osmond.
Maybe not.
If your older sister wasn't obsessing over David Cassidy, she was probably all about Donny Osmond. Donny was the definition of clean-cut
no.
and wholesome, which was exactly what made him such a massive teen idol. From his time in the Osmonds to his solo career, he was always the sweet, smiling, good boy type. And let's be honest, parents loved Donny. If you had a crush on him, your mom and dad weren't going to complain. He wasn't a rebel, he wasn't edgy, he was safe, charming, and ridiculously talented.
That's why I never.
His
would
bubblegum
like
pop
them.
hits like Puppy Love and Go Away. Little
Come
Girl
on,
were
let's be
guaranteed
honest.
scream-inducing material for teen girls everywhere. Number 13, Greg Evigan. Before he was hitting the
I
road with a
know,
chimpanzee and
say
BJ
it.
and the bear,
Don't say
Greg
it.
Evigan was
It
turning
drives
heads as
me
a total
crazy.
TV heartthrob. Greg had a rugged, rebellious streak. He wasn't your typical clean-cut teen idol. With his thick hair, broad shoulders, and charming smirk,
Who is
he looked like he
this?
could either star in a
Who
rock
are
band
these
or steal your
people?
girlfriend. His role in BJ and the Bear,
The truth
1978,
is, I'm about
cemented
as
his
lost
heartthrob
today
status.
with
A guy,
some
a
most
semi-truck,
famous-
and
because
a pet chimp.
Everybody's famous.
Somehow,
now.
it
It's
worked.
So easy.
The
to
show
be
was a hit,
famous.
and Greg became one of the most
Isn't it?
crush-worthy leading men of the late 70s. Number 14,
They all look
Rick
the
Springfield.
same. Oh, good
Most people
Lord.
remember Rick Springfield from the 80s and his hit song, Jesse's
Oh, I
Girl,
love that
but his
song.
heartthrob status actually started in the 70s. By the late 70s, Rick was already gaining popularity with his music and TV appearances.
God,
His earlier
the
records were
hair.
big in Australia, but when he came to the US, he started making a name for himself. Then he started popping up in TV shows like The $6 Million Man and
Wasn't he
Battlestar
in,
Galactica. Rick had that rocker meets soap opera star energy.
Yeah.
By the time the
I heard
80s
of
hit,
soap
he
opera.
exploded into full-blown superstar mode, but his foundation as a
Yeah,
70s
that's
heartthrob?
right.
Solid. Number 15, John Schneider. If you grew up watching The Dukes of Hazzard, then you already know why John Schneider is on this list. Playing Bo Duke, John had that perfect mix of Southern charm, mischievous energy, and all-American good looks. He had the long blonde hair, the bright blue eyes, and let's be honest, he looked pretty damn good in a pair of tight jeans. The show was pure action-packed fun, and Bo Duke was the guy every teenage girl had a crush on. He wasn't just a reckless daredevil. He was funny, charming, and had a smile that could light up the screen. Number 16, Burt Reynolds.
Oh, God.
All right, let's talk about the rugged heartthrob of the 70s.
No, please, let's not.
Burt Reynolds. Burt had the mustache, the muscle cars, the effortless cool factor, and oh yeah, that cosmopolitan centerfold that pretty much broke the world.
Whoa!
With movies like Smokey and the Bandit, Deliverance, and The Longest Yard, Burt had the charm of a bad boy, but the humor of your best friend. He could be tough and intimidating one minute, then completely hilarious the next. Number 17, Michael Gray.
Who?
Playing Billy Batson in Shazam, 1974 to 1977. Michael Gray had that serious, thoughtful look that made him stand out. He wasn't the flashiest teen idol, but he had that quiet, smoldering charm. With his dark hair and intense stare, he had a mature yet boyish look that made him instantly crush-worthy. If you were into superheroes but didn't quite fall for Superman, Michael Gray's Billy Batson was probably your guy. Number 18, Robert Redford. By the time the 70s rolled around, Robert Redford was already a Hollywood legend. With hits like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Way We Were, and 3 Days of the Condor, Redford wasn't just one of the most talented actors in the industry. He was also one of the most devastatingly handsome. He had that windswept blonde hair, piercing blue eyes, and a calm, confident charm that made every role feel effortlessly cool. Whether he was playing a romantic lead or a rugged outlaw, Redford was magnetic. Number 19, Ryan O'Neal. Ryan O'Neal's biggest claim to heartthrob fame? Love Story, 1970. This was the ultimate tearjerker, and Ryan's role as Oliver Barrett IV made him one of the biggest romantic leads of the decade. He had the classic preppy look, strong jaw, soft eyes, and an emotional depth that made women swoon.
What happened to the hair?
If you wanted a man who could make you laugh, cry, and steal your heart all at once, Ryan O'Neal was your guy. Number 20, Harrison Ford. Finishing off our list with one of the most effortlessly cool heartthrobs of all time, Harrison Ford. By the end of the 70s, Han Solo was the epitome of swagger. That smirk, that I know moment, that bad boy in a leather jacket energy. Ford was unstoppable. And that, my friends, is why he tops off this legendary list. And there you have it, 20 of the most unforgettable heartthrobs.
I definitely one day want to take a look at this because you said the watches. You guys remember swatches? You guys remember those? And everybody had one, and everybody had to have oh, wrong button. Everybody had to have like those little covers that would go over them, and you could change the band. I was very young, but I remember they were like really popular, you know. I had one with a few things to change around on it, but yeah, those were insane. I mean, swatch. All it meant was Swiss watch. Now, Jesus. Do you? Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure why those became like so out of this world popular, but they did. I think it was because you got to put the little cover on to protect the glass or whatever, the face. It's just like, okay, you know, and you can change the bands and da-da-da-da-da without buying a new watch. But by the time you were done buying all the accessories, you could have bought like 3 more watches. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Anyway, guys, I had a really great time. I like to have a good laugh in the morning. You guys know that. They're rubber one color. Wait, they're rubber one color, but the face is like holographic. Ah, gotcha. Yes, they were pretty decent. I mean, anyway, I think they had quality to them too. So, you know, but they were an 80s icon, I believe. And I mean, right along with Cabbage Patch Kids. Right. And, yeah. But the best, like Gregory said, the 90s, they were iconic. They were the best decade ever. The clothes, the music, the makeup, you name it, it was the best. The best. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, you know, having a fun morning. And I will see you on the next one. I will always usually be here, no matter what, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Unfortunately, this past Wednesdays got taken down. I'm sorry about that, but it did. But usually that's the thing. And sometimes I'll be here on the weekends. Now, I am doing because I am going to school again, and but at the same time, I'm working on that Karen Reed, so I plan on doing a long, you know, a whole Karen Reed thing. So I know a lot of people were asking about it, and you know, I'm here because I enjoy it. So hope to see you. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day, and have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. And if for some reason I'm here during the weekend, hopefully I will also find other ways to notify you other than the notifications that barely come out. Have a great day, guys. Oh, and please hit like on your way out. I would appreciate that. Thank you for being here.